Had this been any other male rapper, I seriously doubt these many jokes and memes would have been created. Well, maybe that's just me. Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on. What's going on, y'all? It is finally time for me to talk about this Megan Thee Stallion drama from another lens. I have been kind of like really deep invested into this whole story with Megan Thee Stallion and what happened with Tory Lanez. We still don't know who is responsible for her being shot in the foot, but a lot of us have an idea that it might have been Tory Lanez. And I have to say it might have been, I have to say allegedly, because girl, I ain't got no coin like that to protect myself from unneeded lawsuits and stuff. But you know, we know something isn't adding up, something's not making sense. Megan Thee Stallion has now addressed a couple of things in this Instagram live, and honestly it took me a minute to watch it because within the first 2 minutes it was already rough to me and I had to turn it off and finish the rest in the morning. Like, have you ever watched something or read something that's like, girl, it's too much for me right now, let me come back to this and give this more energy later on? And that's how I was watching Megan Thee Stallion, because every time I see her, normally she's on Instagram live, you know, so joyful, happy, you know, excited, dancing, driving the boat, doing all these things. And to see her, you know, kind of crack just a little bit, which is okay, it hurt me. And I think that's sometimes how people look at me when I'm going through something and I talk about it. So I can understand how much it took to get in front of Instagram live and talk about this and address whatever, but also remaining to be this strong person that you have to be, or people will see one amount of weakness and just think, oh girl, she weak, they weak, whatever. So I definitely have respect for her for getting on Instagram live and talking about this. This whole story has been, it's been a lot. It's been a lot. Honestly, Megan Thee Stallion has had the last year has been very rough for her. I think she's lost her grandmother. I know she lost her mother. And you know, her mother was her best friend. Her mother was everything to her. Like a lot of people, like your mother, like a lot of folks have this close connection with their mother. And Megan Thee Stallion and her mother, you know, were kind of, you know, they were working in this industry together. Like Megan's mother was influential in all of her stuff. She even talked about it several times. So Megan is coming into this industry as a black woman, already treated some type of way, and she's around these folks that, you know, want to use her, want to abuse her, want to do all of these things. And I think she's learning that the industry is that. And she's young. Megan Thee Stallion is 25 years old as the time of me recording this video. So she's learning fast, and that's one of the things I've always said about being a celebrity and coming up quick. You have to kind of learn very quickly the ins and outs of the stuff. You have to learn very quickly like what is going on. And sometimes people can talk to you till they blue in the face and you still won't recognize it until you see it for yourself. And that's not saying that Megan is responsible for whatever happened to her, but I think she's learning that a lot of these folks who gravitate towards her are not her friends, and they don't care about her well-being. They just care about this turn-up moment. Ooh, girl, I can get this conversation to a couple of my folks. They just worry about this turn-up moment for right now, but not worried about your true well-being for the next couple of years. Like I said, the video was difficult for me. Watching people turn Megan into a meme was hurtful. Megan Thee Stallion doesn't do anything to anybody. She's not said nothing crazy or out the way about a group of folks and not been, you know, responsible enough to say, hey girl, when I said that I was wrong. As your 50 Cents, your Tentacion, and these other, and Nipsey Hussle, all these other folks who have said foul stuff about certain people in the community and not apologized for it, not felt any type of way for it. And you know, she is still here, but she could have lost the ability to walk. It could have been very, very serious, and she talked about it. You can hear it in her. Matter of fact, I'll play a little bit of it.
I was shot in both of my feet. I was shot in both of my feet, and I had to get surgery to get the shit taken out, get the bullets taken out.
So you can hear when she talked about like, hey, my mother and grandmother had to be looking out and protecting me, because that could have went another way. Like that could have changed the trajectory of my career forever. Because Megan is hot and on top right now, but she has to stay working to keep that. She doesn't have the time right now to kind of fall off, and that could have been something for her. You could have been like, oh girl, Megan Thee Stallion, who 4 or 5 years from now had this incident been even more serious. But Megan has came out and she said, hey, like, I don't feel protected. I don't feel protected in this moment, and I can relate to that. That's why right now I've taken a break from Twitter, because I was getting attacked from this person, from these group of folks, and all of these things, and it's just like, girl, I don't even feel protected. I don't feel like anybody is taking up for me. I feel like folks just saying, girl, it is what it is. And it's just like, sis, some of the stuff I didn't deserve. Like, yeah, you can critique me for saying some stuff, but using this and that to attack me, like, it's trash. So Megan is this person that hasn't done anything to anybody, and yet people are making jokes about something that she experienced, and it hurt. It hurt her, and I'm glad that she shared it. But even her sharing it, people still were sharing memes. You had 50 Cent post a meme, and it's just like, sis, I was shocked. Like, I experienced violence, and you are laughing at that. Had there been any other male rapper who experienced that, y'all would have went to links to cry on stage about it. Like when Nipsey Hussle, y'all was out here doing whole parades, changing everything, da 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 da. Not saying that Nipsey, what happened to him was justified, but it's just like, it's just amazing how and who y'all protect. Y'all don't love black women. And I mean, like, these black male rappers, like, I'm looking at y'all, like, I'm looking at 50 Cent, you know, make a joke and now I'm apologizing to Megan Thee Stallion and saying that if I knew you were hurt, if I knew this was serious, this truly hurt you, I wouldn't have not posted this meme that was floating around. Why do black women have to validate their pain for you to feel like that it's worthy of your protection? Why does she have to say, yeah, I'm really hurt? Like, 50 Cent, what is wrong with you? And this is not, and 50 Cent has now offered this bullshit apology. And it's just like, sis, you've hurt so many black women throughout this. From your mother of your children, from the dark-skinned black women that you disrespect constantly on the internet, and these vile things that you say about black women. Y'all not interested. And this is what I hate about cancel culture, because if cancel culture truly was a thing, 50 Cent would have been gone. 50 Cent would have been gone. All these folks that have done harmful stuff would have been gone. They would have been had their TV shows and stuff said that. But we still live in a patriarchal, capitalist society. And these folks, there is no repercussion for a person like 50 Cent who has all these brand deals and stuff going on and out here trash talking black women, but are able to still make money off. Like, I'm confused. I'm just really confused of it. And I'm looking at 50 Cent even more trash now, because it's like, girl, your mother was dark skinned. Like, y'all black men come out here, y'all say all these things about dark skinned black women, and then y'all mama be dark skinned. So it's like, you don't even care about her. So, and then the ones that raised you and brought you into this world. Like, I'm just so confused at that. Like I've said before, black men have this thing where they sharpen their egos on the backs of black women, and it just has to stop. It has to stop. Like, it has to stop. So the apology to me was bullcrap, because I believe that 50 Cent only was interested in any type of apology to Megan Thee Stallion because there was a little bit of backlash, and there was also that he might find Megan Thee Stallion as a potential person that he would date. He finds Megan Thee Stallion attractive. He sees her as desirable. That's what I talk about when I say desirability. That's what I mean. It doesn't mean that you don't see yourself as attractive or whatever. It's how society defines you, how they look at you. This is my definition. How society looks at you. You don't see people like me on GQ magazine. You don't see that. So that's what I'm talking about when I talk about desirability politics. The stuff that we see, all this thinness, this gym body stuff that we see that has been promoted on, this is what you're supposed to look like. To the point that you have so many people getting surgeries to look like this, putting themselves in harm, even going to the gym to look like these things. So I think that's the only thing that helped Megan get an apology from 50 Cent. And I'm pretty sure Megan ain't even interested in it. Like, Megan Thee Stallion is 25 years old. 50 Cent is 45, out here making jokes about a 20-year-old up-and-coming female rapper. What is wrong with you, bruh? Like, if you look at how Megan is dealing with this, think about the stuff that happens behind the scenes that we don't see. We wonder why we don't have that many black female rappers, and why black female rappers are not getting their recognition, and why all the black female mainstream rappers are getting recognition all look the same. They all look the same. They're all the same color. All these things. So it hurts to get on the internet and see her dealing with this, and it also hurt me to watch her video of that. Then you had Drea, who is cool with Megan Thee Stallion, they were in a Fenty Savage commercial or something. They took a picture together like they both were ambassadors for Fenty Savage. Then you have Drea out here making whole comments talking about, I wish somebody loved me enough to shoot me in my foot, like literally talking about domestic violence. And you're a whole ambassador for Fenty, which is owned by Rihanna, is Rihanna's brand, and Rihanna was a victim of this. Like, how stupid, are you dumb? So it's now coming out that Savage might have let Drea go. And I hope they did. I hope everybody who made fun and did all these things to Megan, I hope they reap the benefits that they put out. I hope they reap that negative energy that they put out, because that was so unnecessary. So unnecessary. But it's just like, girl, what is it for me to laugh at a black woman's pain? But we can't even critique Nipsey Hussle comments on what he said about the LGBTQ community without folks being pissed off about it and saying, let him live. You got black rappers out here apologizing to him, and it was his girlfriend, Lauren London, who got disrespected. Like, that is the industry. That is what it looks like. And the industry ain't nothing but what is patriarchy in our society. Like, that is what it is. Like, it's just so frustrating for me to even talk about. Like, I'm so pissed off because Megan doesn't do anything to anybody. She's even when people try to put her in drama with the Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, she said, girl, I love both of the girls. Like, it is what it is. Like, she has specifically tried to remain neutral in everything. Even with her friendship with Nicki Minaj, she's just like, girl, I love everybody. Like, that ain't got nothing to do with me. And I appreciate that. But for all these men to come out and say these harmful things, it's just like, what did y'all get out of this? Like, what did y'all get out of this? So, the video is on kingareach.com, and it is for those who watch it. It is kind of tough. It hurt my heart to watch it, because I felt for her, and I knew, like, she's been through a lot in the last year or so. Like, she's been through a lot, and I feel like Megan is kind of like trying to find where she is, where she fits into all of these things that are going on, because she's dealing with this. She's still probably grieving. More than likely, she's still grieving losing to her mother. Like, that still hurt. Like, she was very close to her mother. Then she had to deal with folks being trash or asking her something about her mama while she was doing the interview. Like, it's just the respect. There's no respect given to these folks, and I just want better for us all. Now, on to what happened. We don't know what happened. It's too many missing variables for me to decide whose side I am on. But I would say I can't see in any way, shape, or form, I can't see Tory being that upset or being whatever, felt like he was that in danger to pull a gun out and do something like that. I don't see it. I don't see it. The speculation and reports coming out that Megan was jealous because he was flirting with Kylie Jenner, and they allegedly got into the car and was fighting or arguing or whatever, and then did that. It's like, girl, like what? Like, Tory Lanez has already been called out. From his ex-girlfriends called him out for abusive behavior. And I don't want to put the Napoleon complex on Tory, but Tory moves in ways that I ain't interested in. I keep telling y'all about the incident where him pretending to put a dark-skinned, woman in his video who was being pulled out by the director and replaced by a light-skinned. I don't look at him the same way. I don't care how many times he did quarantine radio. Something ain't it. And I hope they kick his ass out of the U.S. and take him back to Canada. Go back over there, girl. Go back there and play with maple syrup. Get out of here. But I don't know what happened. It's likely that Megan probably did go off. It's likely she probably was tipsy, drunk, and going off and da-da-da, but it still doesn't warrant him doing that. Or it's probably, Tory was probably pissed off and irritated and probably drunk too and just said, pow pow. Like, all of these things could have happened. We don't know. Now, I wonder if Megan Thee Stallion is ever going to tell us the whole story, or is she gonna keep it quiet? And I can understand why she doesn't, because it's like, with this stuff that's going on, this hyper visibility on police violence and stuff, she probably doesn't want to get involved. And it also kind of hurts her credibility as a black female rapper, because it's just like, you don't talk to police, and then for you, like, she is experiencing that. If what happened by Tory Lanez, if that is true, that is some type of domestic violence. If that's what it is, so she can't report and say something about it. And that's probably what's going on. Like, she's fighting so many things, trying to make sure that this isn't the only thing that she talks about whenever she does interviews and stuff. Like, I can definitely understand it. Like, I don't want to talk about this. People have mentioned that the same thing happened with Rihanna when she was trying to rebrand and go and put out music, that people kept asking about Chris Brown. So I'm hoping that Megan is in conversation with Rihanna, and Rihanna is telling her, like, giving her some, some pointers and things, what to do and what to, like, how to get forward from this, because this is a tragic situation. The story is still developing. We don't know. It's still a police ongoing investigation. The police haven't named Tory Lanez as a suspect, but they said they definitely looking at him. So take with the information you will. Tell me how you feel about it. And I'm just here to respect and protect Megan Thee Stallion from all of this. I don't like the memes. I don't like the jokes about her, because that was an act of violence. And I don't want to see any woman, any black woman, experience any type of violence on that type of level. I lost an aunt who was very close to me, who was like my sister, to domestic violence. So that's just not it. That's not ever the tea to put your hands on somebody. Like, just not it. But tell me what y'all think about it. Let me know in the comments, and I'll talk to y'all later on tonight. Bye.